Hello children, good morning. How are you? Fine? I hope you are enjoying my class. So today in continuation with the same topic, principles of inheritance and variation, we shall be taking up few subtopic, that is linkage and recombination, polygenic inheritance, pleiotropy. Now one by one I shall be taking up first linkage and recombination. This concept was given by T.H. Morgan, the famous biologist who worked a lot on Drosophila. What is Drosophila? It's a fruit fly, otherwise scientifically called Drosophila melanogaster. When Morgan and his team, his students, worked over Drosophila, the chromosome, X chromosome and its associated gene, then the assortment, that is when they have crossed a dihybrid pattern, as Mendel undergone dihybrid cross of taking two pair of contrasting character. Same way, when over Drosophila, two pairs of contrasting characters were taken, that is dihybrid cross was done, they found a deviation from the result. Earlier result was 9:3:3:1. That is the normal result of Mendelian dihybrid cross. Mendelian dihybrid cross. But Morgan and his students, when took a cross over a Drosophila melanogaster, they found a deviation. This result was not found. They found some other result, especially when they crossed yellow-bodied, red-eyed female Drosophila with brown-bodied, white-eyed male Drosophila. That means two pair of contrasting character. One is body color, another is eye color. So they found a deviation from this ratio. Why it happens so? It is because suppose this is one chromosome and this is another chromosome. And these two chromosomes, suppose this is X and this is Y. They are the non-parental chromosome. X is a different chromosome, Y is a different chromosome. So they are the non-parental chromosome. Now, what Morgan and his team saw, that the gene present in X chromosome, suppose A, B, and Y chromosome, suppose small a, small b. So they found that these chromosomes present in a particular, the genes present in a particular chromosomes in a different set of chromosome, they are combining together. Their frequency of combination of a gene present in the same chromosome is more. That means frequency of combination of gene present in the parental chromosome is more in comparison to non-parental chromosome. What does it mean? That means they have a tendency to remain together. Instead of assorting independently, A goes with a small a, or A goes with B goes with a small a, or A goes with a small b, B goes with a small a. This type of combination is not found always. That means why it happens so? It happens so because the gene present in the parental chromosome, same chromosome, they have a tendency to remain together. This phenomenon of remaining together, the genes, are called linkage. So what is linkage? linkage is the phenomenon of close association or linking of a gene present in a particular chromosome. Now, where the probability of linkage will be more, let me show chromosome number 1 and chromosome number 2. Suppose the gene present in chromosome number 1 A, B, C, D, E, and the gene present in chromosome number 2 is P, Q, R. So from the letter itself you can see here 5 genes are there and here 3 genes are there on the same length of chromosome. That means the genes here are more closely packed. That means they are more linked together, more closely linked together. Here they are quite far away from each other. So this close association of gene is called linkage. And what is recombination? Recombination means exchange of gene between the chromosomes. The more is the linkage or more close association of the genes present in a chromosome, the less is the chance for recombination. And the far is the chromosome from the far is the gene from each other in the chromosome, there is more chance of recombination. So, recombination and linkage is inversely proportional. Is it very clear to you? Now, coming to the point of next concept, polygenic inheritance. So, let me wrap this part. So, polygenic inheritance. So far we came to know that for a particular trait, suppose tallness, capital T, small t, a pair of contrasting character or capital T, or if it is small t, small t. That means a pair of allelic gene is responsible. This is so far we have seen. But certain traits are there. They are not governed by a pair of gene. Rather, the expression, phenotypic expression of a character governed by more than the pair of genes. These types of inheritance of a particular trait we call polygenic inheritance. Let me give you the example. Suppose body color of human. It is governed by capital A, capital B, capital C. 3 genes. So capital A, capital B, capital C. They are in homozygous condition. The recessive form of this gene is small a, small b, small b, small c, small c. Now, what can be the probable combination? Suppose capital A, 1 small a, 1 capital B, 1 small b, 1 capital C, 1 small c. In a person's color formation, this may be the combination. If it is the combination, then the skin color is neither too dark nor too fair. If it is the combination, then the skin color is extremely dark complex. As you see, some persons like Negroes. Here it is in between, that is neither too dark nor fair, so in between color. So neither too dark nor too fair. We better to say that less amount of pigmentation, not very high, not very less. If it is the combination capital small a, small b, small c, that means the skin color is having very less pigmentation. As a result, the skin color is very light, that is not at all dark, fair complex, as we see the European people, the American people. Negro, this is the combination. Indians, mostly we see this is the combination. Or sometimes it can be some other combination like capital A, but capital B, small b, capital C, small c. Or can be other combination like capital A, small a, capital B, small c, capital C, small c. So, the combination may be varied, and as per the combination, the skin color will differ. That is why in a population we see different human being, male and female, have different body complex. Is that clear to you? So, these types of inheritance we call polygenic inheritance. Is it very clear? I suppose I have given you a very clear idea about why the different types of body color of human being we find. Now, coming to the point of next subtopic, that is pleiotropy. So let me wrap this part. What is pleiotropy? As we have seen so far in principles of inheritance, that is in genetics, that a particular gene is responsible for expression of a particular trait. Say for example, tallness, say for example, round shaped seed or wrinkle shaped seed, say for example, eye color, either dark, that means black color or purple color. But sometimes a particular gene expresses more than one phenotypic character, more than one. For example, best example is phenylketonuria. It is a disease. What is the disease? Phenylketonuria. What is the disease? Before I go to the disease symptom, let me tell you. If a person is suffering from this disease right from birth, the brain will be retarded. That means retarded brain growth, as well as very less number of hair on skin, as well as the skin deformity. So the person concerned will have a very poor development of brain, very poor hair on skin, and very poor skin. What is the reason? It is a reason behind one gene, a particular gene is responsible for conversion of one enzyme called phenylalanine. This phenylalanine, by the presence of a particular gene, is getting converted into tyrosine. These are nothing but amino acids. The amino acids will form protein and they will control a body metabolic character. Now, this phenylalanine, in presence of a particular gene, suppose the gene is X, or say the gene is phenylalanine to tyrosine T. Suppose the gene is T. Now, when this gene T is present, let's say pseudonym I have given, then the phenylalanine will be converted into tyrosine, and in that case the brain development will be normally taking place. But if the gene is mutated, suppose the gene T now became T dash. T dash. In that case, phenylalanine instead of converting into tyrosine, phenylalanine, because of the gene now mutated, it is not its original form of gene, it is a mutated gene mutation took place. Now, due to that mutated gene of the same original gene, when it is mutated, phenylalanine now cannot convert into tyrosine. Instead of that, it will convert into phenyl pyruvic acid. Phenyl pyruvic acid, or simply called pyruvic acid, and its derivatives, its other derivatives. And it is this pyruvic acid and its derivative gets accumulated in the brain and hinder the brain development. As a result, the child born with a brain deformity, as well as it controls the poor development of hairs on skin and poor development of skin as well. So this types of inheritance, when a particular gene is controlling more than one kind of phenotypic expression, then that type of inheritance, that type of gene is called pleiotropic gene, and that type of phenomenon of inheritance we call pleiotropic. Is that clear to you? Now, little more we shall discuss about sex determination. Dear children, as you know, the sex of a individual, either male or female, is controlled by what? There was a lot of research, a lot of experiment, and it was one scientist called Hankin. He first observed that certain insect, he did this experiment, certain sperms are having a special type of nucleus. He has given its name as X body, and certain other sperm do not have that nucleus. When the sperm containing that X body fertilize the ovum, it gives birth of a female, whereas a certain other sperm which do not have that X body give birth, fertilize with a ovum, give birth of a male. So he could not recognize it as what type of chromosome. He has given as X body. Later on, it has given a name X chromosome, and as X chromosome is related with the sex determination, so we called it as sex chromosome. So let us discuss in detail. The sex determination in case of human being, in human. Here, along with autosome A stands for autosome, plus X in female, this is the symbol of female, whereas in male, this is the symbol of male. It is the autosome plus XY. Better to say double A, autosome double A, is two sets, 22 pair. Now, when they undergo gamete formation, autosome plus X, autosome plus X, two types of female gamete or ovum is produced. While in case of male, autosome plus X with autosome plus Y. Two types of sperms are produced. So two single type of all the ovums are having autosome plus X chromosome, whereas in case of male the sperm produced are two type, autosome plus X and autosome plus Y. So when the female gamete ovum is fertilized by these types of sperm, it gives autosome plus XX, that is female baby. And when this ovum fertilized by this sperm, then it gives autosome plus XY, that is a male baby. So giving birth of a male or female baby in case of human being is purely governed by the male partner, not by the female partner. And here the male is called male, this types of sex determination is called male heterogamety. Means male are heterogamete. Two types of gametes are produced, whereas female are homogamete. In case of Drosophila fruit fly, the same type of sex determination is taking place. Same type. But one more example I shall give you, then the remaining we shall discuss in the next class. Say for example, in case of other insect, grasshopper. In grasshopper, in case of female, along with autosome, they are having a pair of sex chromosome XX. Along with autosome, they are having a pair of sex chromosome XX. Whereas in case of male, again here male is heterogamety. That means they have one X and one not. Only one X chromosome. So female, this is the male. So female produce two types of female produce same type of gamete, all are having X chromosome, whereas male produce two type of sperm, one having X chromosome, other do not have any X chromosome, that is the not zero we are representing. Now when this female gamete ovum is fertilizing this sperm, it is giving birth of XX, means female. When this is fertilized, this ovum is fertilized by this sperm containing no X chromosome, it is giving birth of XO, that means a male. So here again the female is homogamety, male is heterogamety. So the sex determination in grasshopper again governed by the male partner. One more exciting example I shall give you in case of bird. So let me rub this part of human being. Sex determination in bird. In case of bird like turkeys etc., the male are homogamety. Male having Z sex chromosome. So this is the male, whereas female, this is the symbol of female. Female is having ZW sex chromosome. So that is female are heterogamety, whereas male are homogamety. So male will produce always same type of sperm Z, whereas female will produce two types of ovum, that is Z and W. So when this sperm fertilizes Z, giving a male, this fertilized with W, ZW, giving a female, likewise this one ZZ, giving a male, and this one with W, ZW, again giving a female. So here the determination of sex in case of bird is not governed by the male, whereas it is governed by the female member, because female are heterogametic, having ZW type, or this is what you call as ZW type of sex determination, or ZW type of sex determination. Whereas in case of man or Drosophila, it is the male member who is responsible for giving birth of a male or a female child. I suppose up to this, whatever we have discussed today is very, very clear to you. Till then, bye. See you next.